What's going on, everybody? I am DJ Supe, and today we are going to discuss cueing a song. Now, cueing a song is basically getting it to the beginning of that first sound you hear when the music starts and playing it in a way that it's aesthetically pleasing to your audience. Now, being from Sacramento, California, the capital, go Sac Kings, we are going to play something from our region. In this case, Brother Lynch hung One Mo Pound. And let's go ahead and play that right now. Wait for it. Now you see how long it took for that song to get to the very beginning? Now, typically, this might be a lot easier if you were using, say, a laptop, but we're not going to do that this time. Also, you may see disc jockeys using these. These are headphones. These are my trusty Beats by Dre Detox Edition. But we're going to simulate the listening portion in the headphones, and these are used to listen to music while other songs are playing on the loudspeakers to get them queued up so that people hear just the beginning of the record and none of that dead silence. So let's go ahead and simulate that now. This is what the DJ will be listening to. He's bringing the record back, bringing it back, until he hears that first sound. You hear that? That's the bass kick in this case. So let's get it to the beginning of that, and let's go ahead and hit the start button and see what it sounds like. Now wait a minute. Now that's not how I want that record to come in. You heard that little drag? If not, let's listen to it again. To the beginning of the record and hit the start button. You don't want that. You don't want to hear that split second it takes for the turntable to get up to speed. That speed is 33 1/3 revolutions per minute. What we want to do is bring the record back slightly so that it has an opportunity to get up to speed, and so by the time it gets to that first bass kick, it'll sound nice and clean. So how do we do that? Well, a guy by the name of Shane Carpenter over at Access Sacramento showed me a nice little method. So let's bring this record back to the beginning of that first bass kick sound. And what Shane taught me is to bring the record back 1/4 or 1/4 of a turn. So I like to use an imaginary clock face where I'm looking at the label, and I use different information or words or symbols that might be on here as a reference so I know where my first sound starts. So in this case, I'm going to use the label of Brother Lynch Hung's name right here. And if you look at the top of that, that's kind of pointing to about 8 o'clock. So if I turn it back 1/4 of a turn, we're sitting somewhere about 5 o'clock. So let's go ahead and start this record now to see what that sounds like. That sounded pretty good, didn't it? Let's go ahead and bring that back again. Let's get it back to about 8 o'clock where our record started. And bring it back 1/4 of a turn till about 5 o'clock. And we're going to hit the start button again. And that's basic cueing. I am DJ Supe. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at DJ SUPE. Holla back.
I was rolling through the hood one day. High spirited, calm down, neighborhood hanging, then played out about a year since I've been around. Ain't talked to nobody since Friday, must have been bombed out. And it's been all about scene, could have had a guillotine, but I was in the cut supreme. 15 minutes, I'm off that grenadine. Ain't seen a misdemeanor since, but now I be off that killer green. Now you know they ain't got no love for me. They wanna put some slugs in me. So